That's Anthony's at Homeport here in Everett. I'm heading out on our Desolation Sound cruise by myself. John was going to head out, but he's saying, I want to wait an hour or so, see if it clears up. I don't like leaving in the rain. Well, it's not raining. It's just kind of a high fog cloud. So we're heading for Cornet Bay on the east side of Deception Pass. And there's Homeport. Abraham Lincoln is in. I think they're getting ready to head out, not sure. Going to head up Saratoga Passage, and it's going to take about 5 hours to get there. So that's the latest. Patty took me down to the boat, and hugs and kisses as I was leaving. She's going to rendezvous with me up someplace later in July, so we'll see. Hopefully maybe Campbell River, Powell River, Nanaimo, someplace like that. This is Cornet Bay State Park. Came in last night. We're just outside of Deception Pass. John rendezvoused with me last night around 7 o'clock. Deception is just around the bend right there to the left.
Is that thing on?
It's on. Burning up gas.
I use diesel.
Burning up fuel.
I'm checking the belt tensioning job that I did. I'll shut it off here in a minute and see if it's still static. Let me look at your viewfinder and see if it's...
There's the Deception Pass Bridge. We're just leaving Cornet Bay. Not too bad going through, a little bit of a current, but kind of a non-event. It's some eddies and swirling around a little bit, but not bad. Gonna head towards Friday Harbor. We're here at Park Bay. It's just across San Juan Channel from Friday Harbor. Gorgeous sunset. There's John's boat. On the hook. Kind of quiet. There's about 5 other boats in here. Hey! Morning. We're heading up San Juan Channel northbound towards, you see Spiden Island in the background, that kind of a brownish color. We're on our way to Bedwell for customs check-in. We're on a run, doing about 6 knots. Had a little bit of sprinkles this morning, just finished. Some sun breaks are ahead of us. And on the run, John is back there, about 400 yards off my starboard quarter. Having a gorgeous sail. And as conditions change, we'll do another shot. Anyway, having a great time. Bye. Well, notice I have my life vest on. Didn't before. Anyway, we're crossing Harrow Strait towards Bedwell. Still on the run. Wind is a little bit fickle. And the clouds are kind of blowing away, and it's a pretty blue sky. Doing about, well, through the water we're doing about 4 knots, but we're bucking the tide right now. The tide was with us up San Juan Channel, but now we're kind of working against the tide, so tide current. So we're only doing about maybe 2.5, 3 knots at times. Nice casual sail. John's right over there. He caught up to me, and I'm kind of outpacing him again. So depending on this or that, that's the way it is. Wish you were here. Maybe soon. Good morning. How's Patty doing? Carrie's fine. John and I just left Bedwell. We stayed there an extra night because of the weather. And now we're heading up Swanson's Channel towards Ganges. Not sure whether, it depends on the wind. Right now we're under sail doing about 3 knots. Bucking the tide a little bit, tide current. John is just up there off my starboard bow, and overcast, had some showers this morning, didn't last long, and we're having a good time, making good headway. Alan Banks and Bob Barker, they're up in Pirates Cove, which is south of Dardanelles. And we'll either rendezvous there tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, and then go on up into Dardanelles into Nanaimo and spend 2 days there. So that's where we are at the moment. Wish you were here. Bye. So I zipped by John. He says he has no wind, and I do. So I don't know what's going on. Heading up Trimcamally Channel towards Pirates Cove. That's where Colin and Bob Barker are waiting for us. Pirates Cove is on the southeast corner of DeSourcy. They're part of the DeSourcy Island group. So, anyway, that's John over there, just off my port quarter. Fairly light wind, not too bad. On the run. us out here. Here's John. We're neck and neck all the way since the bottom end of Trincomalee Channel. I'll pull ahead, he pulls ahead, I pull ahead, just kind of neck and neck all the way up on the run. Beautiful, mostly sunny day. About 8 miles from Pirates Cove on DeSourcy Island. Dead ahead. Should be there in about an hour and a half. And we're doing about 4 to 5 knots with an 7-8 mile an hour wind coming from the southeast. Clear ahead. That's a good thing. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, he's caused quite a stir in Pirates Cove. He just perched there a few minutes ago, and it's an eagle or a seagull that's squawking over there. There's one swooping at him. We arrived yesterday afternoon. John, Colin, and Shirley in our boat. Shore tide. And all the ruckus, you know, all the ruckus going on?
Where?
Well, there's a seagull over there, he's squawking.
Didn't, no.
There's an eagle just perched over there.
Yeah.
And they're nervous.
Yeah.
And Mariposa is over there with Bob. Well, Colin's dinghy broke loose and sitting over there, luckily. And it's in the process of being retrieved. Luckily, it stayed put. Yeah, it got wet.
Make sure it floats there, John.
There's Colin pulling around. Colin and Shirley. I walked up from the marina to see the petroglyphs. There's petroglyphs up here. Supposed to be like about 3,000 years old. We'll see. I don't know whether that's a bird or what that is. Something. Prehistoric. Aliens. I don't know, is it a mother-child? I don't know. A fish, a whale, I don't know. Sure what that is. It almost looks like basalt. I don't think it's sandstone, but I don't know that. I don't think it's granite either. Not sure. A bird or something. It's hard to make out. Yeah, it's actually it's not her dog, but it's a friend of hers that she said that I could use, borrow.
Well, let's see who's down here now. Mariposa. So we were told to look for some sandstone, and
We're at Degnan Bay with Colin and Shirley, and we've been told that there is a petroglyph here on the shore in sandstone of an orca whale. Let me see if I can find it. Ha! There it is.
finish with it.
Go ahead.
Wow, that's a beauty. It's got a nice tail. Now, the dorsal fin looks bigger here than it in the picture.
Well, it could have been lore, you know, handed down.
Well, I'm sure they had orca whales here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
San Juan
Yeah.
Island, they was up here. We were
Mariposa is there, and John is way out there, and Colin is right there, and I was
given
made a new friend last night of a slip owner that let me borrow their slip. Otherwise I would have been out there in the flats. Get a horse.
Here's Mariposa working on it. Good morning. Morning. How's she doing this morning? Little put.
Looks like the shaver worked. Just outside Degnan Bay. He's a beauty.
So here's Terry driving us over to dinner on Colin's boat. Colin and Shirley's chicken tonight. Probably be chicken again tomorrow night. Maybe not. I don't know. But here we are, en route. We brought a box of Shiraz and a bottle of Shiraz. So everybody will be happy after dinner. We hope.
We're pretty happy right now.
Yeah, actually we are. We're passing by Freehet. There goes Freehet. And we're coming up to, I better shut the camera off because I'm about to hit Colin's boat.
Oh yeah. Yes, I'm still. That's for the four of you. I'm on a gin
No,
and
she's
tonic.
been drinking right now.
You haven't been drinking?
Saw the evidence.
I have been
Yeah, it
drinking
is.
gin and
She's
tonic.
on her lips. She's as bad as you guys.
That's right. So lots of graffiti over there, I hear.
Graffiti.
Yeah, the city of Maputo, wherever that is.
It's now a village.
It's my favorite city by the sea. By the bay, I'm sorry. Excuse me, by the bay.
It's now by the
Shut
point.
us
It's a village.
By the
I know,
point,
it's
by the
just
village?
gin.
Okay.
I think we use the same glass.
I did that. You know, I changed it to by the point and it was a village, but I dropped the chalk in the urinal when I was doing it.
Pretty good now.
That's cherry.
National
See, who
champion.
didn't
Whole
have a
chicken.
leg?
With
I didn't
parsnips
have a leg.
and
I'll have a
sweet
leg.
potatoes
Terry had
and
one, but
onions
it was a thigh
and
and a wing, or a
He
wing.
had a wing. So
You know, he had a leg. He
I
had a leg.
didn't have a leg.
Didn't you have a leg?
No.
You had
Colin,
one
he
leg,
stole the
didn't you?
leg.
I had a drumstick.
Yeah,
That's a leg. That's a leg.
Okay.
That's cherries, and that's a thigh.
Here, he needs a
There's
little
half a
more.
blue chicken there.
Well, he's a big guy.
Oh my
Right.
goodness.
There's a lot of bones there. Okay, and now you need some more veggies over there, Mr. John.
I'll take some more veggies.
Right, but we're gonna get more tomorrow. Good bread. Oh, look at him.
The whole family's coming over now.
Good. Seagulls
I
will
don't
be
know.
here.
Oh shit. Don't get that.
Get out of here. Hey, stupido.
Hey, he needs to live too.
Yeah, seagulls have to eat
We
too.
have to eat.
They don't need to live. They're flying rats.
They're a protected
He's a
species.
beautiful bird, isn't he?
No, he's a flying rat. Uglier than sin. Yours has some merit.
Speak Spanish.
I have a brother
He's
who
pretty,
lives
isn't
in
he?
Cowlitz River, and he spends about $100 a month on grain. Has them all coming into his yard.
Canada's.
Yeah, they live there all year round.
Canada geese? Yeah.
The only trouble is he gets hunters in his yard.
They're
then.
totally incapable of
I
fending
played
for
golf
themselves.
in the Boyne Golf League, Hawaii.
Yeah,
Now they're all Canada geese all over the place.
yeah.
And
You can't
ate-
have too many.
I ate
can
my
you?
ball and it hit this goose and broke its leg.
Oh.
It's flopping on one leg.
Oh.
It's the only birdie I ever got.
These are babies here, look at that smaller. These are babies over here.
We're the babies.
They're little ones.
I'm not going to feed the seagull. I am not going to feed the seagull.
Give me a little bit of bread.
You are. Oops.
Nearly on the lump.
Oh my God! Look at this. Oh, that's worth a picture.
Look at them all.
Oh, here, Colin,
More
you
coming.
gotta get this. Like Mucklety is not a city. It doesn't have a cathedral.
Village. Let's
Uh-oh.
Got you too. Oh, I am going right at a boat. I wonder if I can start coming up there now. 6:15.
The Dingy Dock Pub out there. Race day today. Getting warmed up.
Wasteful and then gaining all at the same time. We got to move in. But the only time that
Get some muscle into those sheets. Whatever.
We're going to the first dock. What one says ferry?
On the other side. We can go right here where Colin is.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
We'll go to the end of it. Okay, I'm gonna move back where I was.
I think we should all have fun together.
Are you leaving?
He wants it here.
You want to grab that table?
He wants it.
Nigel had never been on Wayne's boat.
Yeah. I gotta go inside and get a dinghy card. Whoopsie.
I'm gonna grab me one too.
Well, not. Yes. You can't. No, you can keep this table if you're going to watch the race.
No, you go ahead.
What's your neighbor's name out there? Carry coat over. Ross's Ranger, what's your name of that boat? Oh, I got it. Okay.
I think we're near the warehouse, eh?
Either that or they're just going to do a little turn in here, but then come over the line. If they're out there.
Look at his motor running. That's the problem.
Yeah. It's moving past over there. Very light. And slippery hole. Big sails.
Fossils.
Did they? On what? I try.
We had like pseudo nature. Like we had
What's the records on?
22 days.
yeah, that is great.
How long did it take you?
And then you party down there. You get
How long did it take you to fossil?
sorted. 22 times. Well, we had a weird.
Boy, that spinnaker is sure zipping by that guy.
Wow,
Boy.
look at him go. He got it dialed in, but he's going through that other boy's wind shadow, I think.
Yeah. Maybe you realize, wait a minute.
We live in Memphis, so we eat everything.
Is there a treasure chest here?
Yes. Thank you.
Outside or the halibut?
Looks good. A treasure chest.
Teenager, yeah, that's right. Teenager. The bad.
Might lap the field.
What's that?
Might lap the field we did in Tuesday.
No, that Jable's not doing that badly.
Only when he got down. Just the right amount of wind.
Weird to go on the golf course, hide in the bush, and steal balls.
One more time, he said.
Those are dangerous.
To try? That leg wasn't. He's in a flat spot. You can see there's no wind there at all.
There's a tree.
So now he's got to drop that spinnaker. Get his jib up and pulling for the next leg. Yeah, that was a mistake. So, he's got to go through the wind shadow with the yellow boat. Strange route. That's not the same yellow boat. There goes the try. Got the jib coming up. Spinnaker coming down.
Conglomerate boats coming up to the line right now. It looks like we have Strange Brew leading Booth, and followed closely behind by Spencer and the Great Blue Heron.
Great blue heron.
That group was over early. He has to go back.
Which one? The Great Blue Heron?
He should have done
He's got an outboard on?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, a little small outboard.
This one's right out there. This is Lunatic Bridge. Way to go, Lunatic Bridge. One more time around, please.
The Ranger 29. That's a pretty good boat.
Here's the winner of the monohulls, right there.
J120.
Well, good afternoon. It is 14:31. Been under sail on the run since Nanaimo, tacking in through Horsefall Channel, stuff like that. and I'm lagging behind because I decided to sail all the way as opposed to my brethren who decided to motor us for a while. Anyway, we are heading up toward Lesquiti. Should be there in a few hours. John and Bob and Colin are all up ahead. Looks like about an hour ahead of me. Maybe 45 minutes. But I'm gaining on them slowly. Nice breeze, averaging 12 to 14 knot breeze. And we're clipping on here between 5 and 6 knots, so doing pretty good, making good headway. I stay at Lesquiti a couple of nights. See how it goes. Cloudy and overcast, and there's rain forecast for later tonight. Catch you later. Bye.
Hard chime, Roberts.
Yoo-hoo! He's broken down. Had a big storm come in last night. Things were really stirred up.
It'll rain again tonight and tomorrow.
It's downtown Lesquiti. Pub, restaurant, resort, big marina. And Main Street into downtown is paved to the top of the hill and it's gravel the rest. Quaint. This is the Lesquiti post office where I just wrote this note, this postcard to you. A very rustic place, and the postmaster is inside. Older fella.
How much are you selling it for? Oh, right, they were right, I was wrong. I thought it was, we last year said, no, it's 300 some. And you're gonna build a house off of your property?
In another place, yeah.
Are you gonna start building or sell that one first?
Bakery. But wait, there's a lot of stuff already done there, and I don't want to get caught.
hang on.
Sometimes it can take 2 to 3 years, eh?
Yeah.
I don't want to be caught in that, you know?
Hello?
So,
Hi.
I'm going to work it out as we go. I'm not quite sure we're going to do the insurance, but it also depends when the possession date would be.
Morning. On a beam reach up the Strait of Georgia. That body of land over there is Texada Island. We left we're on our way to lunch. We left False Bay on Lesquiti Island at 8:30 this morning. Good southeasterly wind, clipping along about 6 knots, and clearing skies. Some clouds, but mostly clearing. The other boats are behind me. Colin is back there off my port quarter, and John's on the run, slowly gaining, and Bob Barker is back there behind John, struggling, trying to keep up. But Bob's a good sailor. We should be in London in about 4 hours. It's a 35-mile from False Bay to Lund. Stay overnight, get some water, and beer, and other things like that. They have a nice grocery store. The shop is picking up a little bit. So we're here and we're having a good time. Had a real blustery storm force winds the night before last there in False Bay. Boy, blue like stink. Something else. But that storm that came out of Alaska is gone, and mostly southerlies today, easing tonight, 10 to 15 during the day, and then easing tonight. We'll catch you later. Well, we've been doing pretty consistently 7.5, 8.5. I've been over 9 knots. We're on, right now I'm on a broad reach, and swells are fair size but tolerable. We're again on our way to Lund. We're about 2 hours away. Kind of up around the bend there ahead to the left after this island coming up. Just a gorgeous sail, having 17, 18 knots of wind. Pretty nice. Another angle shot. You get these swells come up from behind, and kind of want to change things, change the course a little bit, but you kind of scoot down the backside. Some sun, some clouds, cool, comfortable. Hang over the edge here. Make sure we don't fall in. Well, we're here in Grace Bay. And the same as last year, it's just filled with millions and millions of these jellyfish. The entrance is over there where we came in yesterday afternoon, and just doing a pan. Got a few boats in here, but not that crowded. John is right there, and Colin's right there.
And Bob is right off my port side. Overcast, some light sprinkles. Comfortably cool. Lots of life. There's a freshwater creek over there, and I got about 24 oysters last night. I went over and shucked them as the tide was going out or coming in. Had them for dinner. Gee, they were good. Delicious. Well, good morning. I just took some pictures of those jellyfish out there. Some are huge. They're about, when they're expanded, about that big around. Just beautiful creatures. Wanted to mention one of the highlights last night as we were eating the oysters that John had, well, I shucked them and John cooked them for our evening poo-poos. Actually turned out to be our dinner. It was a very good dinner. Colin bit into what he thought was a piece of shell. Turns out there was a small pearl in the oyster that he, amongst the oyster that he was eating. So we found a little pearl, and it wasn't very big. It was maybe about the size of a pinhead, a large pinhead. And it was pretty small. And then a little bit later, as we were finishing up, I bit into one. Mine was a little bit smaller, about the size of a pinhead. And as I was kind of cleaning it off, I dropped it into John's cockpit. Couldn't find the silly thing. So I'm going to have to go back over and get some more oysters this afternoon and see if we can find some more pearls. Yeah, one of the highlights. Probably stay here tonight and maybe tomorrow go over on the other side, which is Melanie Cove. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how the day develops. Overcast, sprinkles of rain today, comfortably cool. Water temperature is about 65 degrees, which isn't too bad. And that's kind of the highlights. Bye.
I'm going up Thor's Cove. It was about 2 miles from Grace Bay, or Grace Harbor. Neat little spot right there. No yard work to speak of. Now that's Thor's Cove. I thought that's where we were going, but I had to take another look at my chart. Actually, we are going, there's a little slot up there. That goes into Theodosia Inlet. Kind of a narrow passage, but safe. And that's where we're going to spend at least a day. Never been out there before. It's supposed to be especially nice. We're in Theodosia Inlet. Little cove here. That was John's boat. This here is Colin's boat, and that's Bob's boat. That little beach over there, actually kind of right over near the tide's in right now, but we got loads of oysters. I mean, the oysters are thick over there, along with butter clams, horse clams. Had those for poo-poos this evening. Behind us, those are Bunster Hills, if I've got it right. That's a osprey that you can hear. That's the end of the inlet there. Turns into mud. Tomorrow we're going over to Melanie Cove. Probably spend the day and the night there. It's about 13 miles away. Probably more oysters. Yeesh, whiz. Oh, they're delicious. Everything okay?
Southbound from Fall River line earlier in the Pantera. The Challenger 6 come on, stop. What you got?
Just looking up Desolation Sound, heading towards Melanie Cove. Colin is there.
You copy me? $10. We're at the Southern tip of Rhode Island. I've got that engine running. I have to slow it down to about...
Left Crido Haven, or Melanie Cove, spent 2 days there. We're coming across Desolation Sound towards Waddington Channel. That's going to take us up to Walsh Cove, Walsh Bay. We're going to stay there for the night. That's where the petroglyphs are. And kind of an overcast day. We had some showers early this morning, around 4 o'clock over here. Had to close the hatches. Otherwise, it's warm and balmy, and the sun is trying to break through. Beautiful country. It'll be a hot day. Probably would have been Walsh Cove. There's Colin over there in Wassail. Colin and Shirley. And Bob is there in Mariposa, and John is on the other side in Freehead. I'm looking for Brett up there, but I don't see him yet. I think he's about halfway up. Probably right in there someplace, but I just can't see him. Hi, Brett. Ah, there he is. Yeah, see right there? There's Brett. Climbing that vertical cliff. Yep. Stayed at Walsh Cove last night. Mountains are all covered in white fog clouds. Kind of a small anchorage, and we're all stern tide because it's kind of full. It's Colin's boat, Wassail, and Mariposa, and John's boat's behind me. The petroglyphs are over there. Didn't go look at them. Saw them last year. I don't think there's been any more added. And I doubt they've changed any from last year. Kind of ready to cast off at 9:30 or 09:30. I'm going to sail over about 19.5 miles to Big Bay through Ucolta Rapids. Slack water is at 1:52 this afternoon, or 13:52. Take a picture of you taking a picture of you taking a picture. We are on Price Channel. We came out of Waddington Channel this morning and took a left and heading kind of north. Actually due west towards Big Bay. We've got to time our Ucolta Rapids at slack water is at 1:52, and as it stands right now, we'll be getting there on time. So pretty view and pretty shot. And I'm out of tape, looks like. Gorgeous scenery. Got some pretty strong winds. 20 knots on the nose. Mariposa and Freehat. We're just coming up on the Ucolta Rapids, timing our entry. Slack water is at 1:52 or 13:52 in the afternoon. Gorgeous blue sky out with some puffy clouds. We're about 2 miles from the south entrance to Ucolta. Once we go through the Ucolta Rapids, we'll go around to our right into Big Bay. We're going to stay at Big Bay tonight. We've got a store for some provisions, pick up a few things, maybe some vegetables. The other three are behind me, about 15 minutes back. Kind of sticking pretty close together. Gorgeous scenery. Had a crappy day yesterday. It was just rainy all day yesterday. Kind of stuck in the boat. Had dinner on Colin's boat. Looking forward to rendezvousing with my wife Patty. Patty. The other three boats are back there. Right there. Colin, John, and Bob. about 15 minutes behind. Water is about 1,600 feet deep right here, and then as you get up to the rapids it gets becomes shallower. Most of these mountains around here are maybe 3,000 to 4,000 feet high. Pretty spectacular scenery. Been motoring, the wind has been on our nose around every turn like it was last year, but we had lots of good sailing coming up. There's a fellow over here in the table cleaning fish, a salmon. He was on the railing right next to him, and he flew off. And so we've asked this guy to leave the guts and stuff on the table. So maybe he'll come over and feast on the entrails. He's waiting, he's circling. Yeah, he took a pass. Couldn't find him on my... There he goes. No. Did he grab it? I think he got some of it. Yeah. Almost missed him. There's some entrails from a snapper the guy left there just for the feed for the eagle. He's still thinking about it.
Terry's standing on water again. We've been warning him about that. He's one day going to sink.
Yep.
Running on water, standing on water.
Point that at me if I could. Okay, John, thank you very much.
Not a fun. You lose all three.
You have the best view here. Whoever's boat has the best view, that first.
He's circling for some more scraps. Here he comes. Those landing gear down. Got it.
Get it?
Yep.
You get any, Terry?
Yeah. Yeah, he got, I'm not sure how much of it. Got a big chunk of it.
Look and see if these guys have feed close by. Goes landing you down, his talons are down. Oh, it's landing.
He didn't get it. I don't know why. He's going to come around again maybe? I don't know. No, he changed his mind.
So I see my camera was off. I left it in the... Oh, that's because I...
I think there's a nest right up there where it's heading. I was going to come in again for some scraps, but no. Scraps are right on that table right there.
Yes. That was the restaurant I was talking about.
Piece of cake.
Eh?
Piece of cake.
It's through this Johnson Street.
Had dinner last night up there. It was a gourmet dinner. It's a German family that runs it, and started in '79 out of their home, which is I guess right over there, and then they just been growing ever since. Delicious German food.
So nobody bought anything, they just went in and looked. Got
Shirley's organised it.
Huh?
Done.
Shirley's organized it. Is that what you said?
I hope so.
Oh, okay. Like right now I smell something that tastes like, smells like vegetables that are part of the pastry.
Sorry, we bought them all.
Good morning.
Bought everything?
So what's that crap?
Raspberry banana.
Let's go get you another fresh load, maybe.
That's it. That's all of them.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
I got it.
Here, I'll give you a little bag.
It's inside the restaurant.
That's about the fastest I've Thank you for sharing. Sorry for that.
Of course, there's the Puget Sound, there's Everett, and there's Vancouver Island, Strait of Georgia, and we are East Thurlow and West Thurlow. We're on West Thurlow. Main Passage, right there, West Thurlow. This is made by the owners. All crocheted, looks like. She had busy hands.
Yeah.
This was your mother?
Yeah.
Must have been a lovely person. This is the trail entrance from behind the lodge to the cedar. Pretty heavily timbered. It's all second growth. It was cut back in the late 1800s, and then again, and I think it was in the 70s. Nice looking bridge. And there's a big old cedar stump. Gives you the size of what it was when they logged it many years ago. Old lock bridge. That looks like the snag. I guess we'll find out here, but it's huge. It looks dead, although, yeah, it looks dead. Just hasn't come down, hasn't decided it's time to leave yet, or fall. Cedar. Oh, man, I tell you. One big mama. Hollow on the inside. Gives you an idea of the size. That's 6 feet tip to tip. Walk inside. I think that's the big cedar. Still living. Maybe 200 feet, I don't know. It's huge. Anna Marie, her husband still works in the restaurant. They're the ones that started it in their home in the 70s, and I'm not sure who these are. I think one was a grandmother. I think that was the grandmother that passed away here a few years ago. They're supposed to be buried around the tree here someplace. Supposed to be 13 feet at the base, at the very bottom. Doggone flies. Big. 800 years old, approximately, or more than 800 years old, according to people here. Hi, Patty. We're staying last night at the Blind Bay Resort for a second night. We headed out at 8:30 this morning, quarter to 9. Came down here into Johnstone Strait. Got gust to 2.8 knots. Right now the east a little bit forecast. We had I just got the general John is behind, Colin right there. I'm doing 8, 9 plus knots at times. Going to Thurston Bay. It's 14.1 miles from Blind Bay, and we're not quite halfway there. It's foggy clouds, a lot of blue sky, cool. Wind is coming back, your favorite point of sale, and just looking right along. I haven't been able to get a cell signal for the past couple of days. There's a dead zone there in Blind Bay. So that's why I've got your voice message. As soon as I can get a bar here, I'll give you a call. And we'll see you soon. Bye. That's a gorgeous moon. We're here in Hemming Bay. Just finished dinner and a movie on Bellevue. Hopefully this will turn out okay. I got it on night shot. Pretty moon. Just to the right of this is a small bay that there's a small dock, and it's a Hammond Bay community. It's kind of a private community. They've got a lodge up there, and there's some small cabins. Met some of the people today. Interesting. Has sausage and boiled potatoes. Chocolate fudge cake with applesauce. Raves. Good night. Good morning, Patty. We're here in Hemming Bay waiting for tide current change. We just had the ebb about an hour ago, and we're going to head from here. It's about, I think it's like 10 miles over to Owen Bay. And then from there, Owen Bay is a little bit south of here, and then Octopus a little bit further south, which is about another, I think, 5 miles. So probably spend the night Owen Bay. Hopefully get a better signal. Right now we're in a dead zone. Nice little place. John's there, Bob and Colin's boat over there, and then there's a cabin owner. His boat is right here. It's a Fisher 30 cabin or pilot house ketch. Cute little boat. They came in yesterday afternoon just after we got here. But nice little bay, well protected. It's a private community called Hemming Bay Community of about 20 residences. There's a lodge, it's a community lodge. There's a dock and a road, primitive road, about 1 kilometer back into the lodge. Talked to the innkeeper, not really innkeeper, caretaker, named Terry, heavy smoker. And he kind of takes care of the lodge. It was developed by a Boeing employee. Still here, I guess. But nifty little place, well cared for. and some residents' cabins here in the community. No oysters, unfortunately. Lots of rock crab, though, at least baby ones. So we're going to head out here around 13:30 to Owen Bay and kind of, I guess, start working our way south. But we'll see. Maybe meet you in Campbell River. We'll see. Big orcas, kind of playing around over there. It's pretty deep here, and see if they'll come up here again. There they are. We just came out of Emming Bay, heading down Nodalis Channel towards Discovery Channel. Oh my goodness. Don't hit me. Where did he go? Where did he go? Right underneath my boat. Just sitting over there in that cove, just kind of meandering around.
Crystal clear to TikTok. 78. Roger.
We're here in Wyatt Bay, and came up on the beach. There's this midden. Been here for a long time.
I think it's baby bears. Yeah. Who were the Indians of this area?
One boat is in the water, guys.
I wonder who.
They're going down Von Donop Inlet. It's on Cortez Island. Long and narrow to get to the bottom. Colin is out front, and John and Bob are behind. Take a right down there, and then go about 4 miles to the bottom, 5 miles to the bottom, or I should say the top end of the inlet. Kind of narrow, but deep enough. There is one spot up here that's really shallow, but we're coming in at flood, so it shouldn't be too bad. And we've been hiking for about half an hour, and we're coming into Squirrel Cove to Marilyn's place, right here on the water, I guess. Small dinghy dock. A little small restaurant, I guess. Anyway, kind of quaint. Again, this is Marilyn's place. I see some local natives here. What tribe are you from?
North of the border.
Huh. And what's this native? Are you, see, you're Brit in the face? No.
That's what he did on the floor. We went to the woods.
The salmon candy is a little expensive, but man, that's good.
Yep.
smoked.
It's hard smoke sockeye.
Sounds good.
You
Would you like us to get a picture of you?
make reservations?
5 more?
She didn't even hesitate.
A lot of people think I look like Mel Gibson. I don't know. These guys got the buddy.
Huh?
These guys with the buddy, Ellie?
They don't have
Tara,
squat.
Tara, you have to get in
They
this
don't have
picture
to
for
take-
1 minute. It's
right.
going to take all 5 of us.
What I've got now.
What is fry bread? Is that
It's just dough that's fried.
is that right? Huh?
It's the normal.
So you make this bread right as you're making the sandwich.
Thank you.
No.
No, it's made ahead of time.
Or no, yeah, she made it. She just made it.
Yeah.
She just made the bread. I've made it before. I've got a recipe at home. It's good to make that camp when you're camping.
Good morning, Patty. We're just getting ready with preparations to get underway for, right now we're in Van Donop Inlet. I mentioned that, I think, my last bit. Anyway, we are, it's at 9:30, we're going to hoist anchor and head over to Squirrel Cove, which is behind me on the other side of the island, and probably spend a night there. Hopefully just kind of hanging around here until you can get up to Campbell River, if that works out. So, had some visitors, some beggars, Canada geese beggars. Looks like mother and father and 3 little ones. They're not really little, they're juveniles. Maybe half grown. Had dinner in our boat last night. It's spaghetti with Italian sausage, wine, and blueberry and huckleberry dessert with cream and chocolate fudge cake. All kinds of rings. That's where we are. We've been out, yesterday was our full month on the water, and maybe a couple more weeks before I'm back in Everett. And hopefully you'll be joining me in Campbell River and we'll go down together. A little bit cloudy, but clearing up. It was warm yesterday, and it's warm right now, but not overly warm. We'll catch you later. Give you an update. Looks like it's flat and calm, probably motoring over 17.4 miles to Squirrel Cove. We're going around the north end of Cortez Island, and it should be a nice sail. Lots of critters, eagles, eagle nests, terns. I mean, we're seeing it all. Bye.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Those look delicious. A bigger catch, please.
This lady's name is Sandy, so you can say Sandy's preparing it.
Sandy's preparing it.
Sockeye salmon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see.
How are you going to
Well, I took a picture of the camera, but wouldn't mean much.
Say 1, 2, 3, smile.
Yeah. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Smile.
Is this the still photo?
Take a still.
How about if we settled on there, we'd be looking through this.
Did it happen?
Hasn't happened yet. Come on. Does it have to do with a ding? Oh. Waiting for the red light to flash. The seagulls together.
Oh. Here he comes.
I missed it. Did he get anything?
No, you lost it.
Straight up.
Oh. Yep, got a piece.
Getting ready to fire, just falling off his perch.
To the left. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to circle around.
Oh.
Get it?
Did you get it?
Saved it.
Squirrel Cove. That was Melanie's place. Had dinner there tonight. It was a salmon dinner that she cooks over on cedar stakes over a smoking fire or smoking coals. We just left Squirrel Cove. We're heading south down Lewis Channel to Cortez Bay. It's about 8 miles away. Under sail. That's Colin over there. And I was behind the rest of the crew, but we're picking up some momentum here. Doing under 5 knots, just clipping right along. Overcast skies, nice southerly breeze. Colin and I are doing a beat down Lewis Channel towards Cortez Bay. About 16 knots of wind, doing about 6.5, 7 knots over the water, over ground. Nice sailing conditions. Keel over not too bad, but she's stretching her legs, or a keel, or sails, whatever you want. Right along. Patty and I are on Campbell River. We're standing on a Indian carved totem on the waterfront. We're walking out of town or downtown. Old town, something town. Did grocery shopping this morning. 50th parallel is about 3 miles south of us here. Take some more of other pictures here in a minute. Long boat, really long, maybe 50 feet long, I guess out of a, I don't know. Patty and I are heading down Alameda Inlet. Behind us. That's the north end of Texada Island off starboard. Gorgeous day, no wind. Going to skirt the bay. It's on the east side or the inside of Texada Island. Northeast side of Texada Island. A rendezvous with John and Paula and Shirley and Bob. Came from lunch, got some pastries. Saw the lunch hotel. Cat's got a tongue. Yeah. Crossing Strait of Georgia. We've got 14 to 18 knots of wind and by speed over ground, making good progress. We're just about there. Mom has a firm grip on the helm guard, so much she's bent the tubing. It's a pretty day. Pretty rough, not too bad. I am hanging on. Just checking out the local natives here. Oh! Got our warrior mask on. It's great!
It's
Uh-oh. How come you got your pirate's flag on?
Get you?
No.
How far off was it?
Getting close.
Pretty close, yeah. Did it go over the front?
No, not quite.
Now we're just gonna slow. There's some more right here. You get one set, that's the bow weight.
We're in Friday Harbor. Just came over on the dink. And got Patty over to catch the ferry to Anacortes.
Yes, I left it on the boat.
Nice looking totems.
I must have left it on the boat.
You must have.
I really thought that I stuck it in here. Because I looked at it, I folded it up, and I looked at it.
Alright, all over. Yep.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya Saturday.
Okay.
Did you guys have a nice drive back? See you home, Patty. The local seal had a bad eye. That's why that left eye has that, looks like abalone shell or something in there. We don't have
Well, we woke up this morning here at Turn Island. Fog is just about cleared out. John had some mechanical problems with his throttle linkage or shifter linkage, so looks like I could just barely make out John's boat this morning. He's only like 50, maybe 100 feet away, 75 feet away. It looks like it's burning off. We're going to head out now towards Cornet Bay. We got a 250 slack water at Deception. There's Friday Harbor, is kind of around that bend over there. It's going to be a nice day. Kind of the first sign of early fall with the fog. Here comes a ferry through there, and just coming out of the fog. Ghosting through. Getting awful close to that sailboat. Fog is a little soupy here, going down San Juan Channel. Can't see John right over there, about just paddling along at about 2 knots. So my fog evenly open. Hopefully it'll burn off here pretty soon. A little bit better with the board way. There's a boat coming up behind me, but it is thinning out a little bit. John is just over there still. Picked up the pace a little bit, heading down San Juan Channel towards down that way. Going through Deception Pass, 250 is a slack water. Bob and Malposa is going to meet us there. They decided to go over to Matia yesterday afternoon and stay in Matia last night, I guess. And I think Colin's going to go down through the channel over to Anacortes, and then Bob is going to come down Rosario Strait to rendezvous with us at the west side of Deception Path. Just about cleared up now. Sunny out with some clouds. Cooler, reason for the fog, I think. The air temperature is cooler than the water temperature. Tomorrow I'll be in Everett. Tonight, Cornet Bay. Good to get home. That's east side of Deception Pass, all fogged in. And just leaving Cornet Bay. Stayed there last night. John and I, and then Bob on Mariposa joined up with us later in the evening. Last stop for the cruise before Everett. There's the Swinomish channel marker day boards. They line up. You're lined up with the channel, which is 180 degrees from this viewpoint. I'll turn around and show you. So as they line up, there's the channel. There's the channel. The south entrance to Swinomish. See some boats coming in there. Going out. Fairly narrow, particularly at low tide. You see the tide current starting to come in, or tide current, yeah, starting to come in, pushing against what was outgoing. We just had went from a low tide change to coming in. Kind of interesting, different watercolors. Nice, clear, muddy. Well, your favorite kind of sail, Patty. It's our last leg into Everett. Just came past Holmes Harbor. See Gedney there in the background. And John is just up there in front, sailing. We're wing on wing. Been sailing for about the past, I guess, 3 hours, 2.5 hours. It was flat and calm this morning, coming around Strawberry Point, and then once we started down Saratoga, the wind started picking up. So it's doing about 6.5 knots over ground. Pretty nice. Crystal clear blue sky, and comfortably warm, or comfortably cool, however you look at it. So I should be home in about an hour and a half. Gauging the distance in front of us and the speed over ground. I'll give you a call here in a few minutes and let you know where we are and about what time we expect to arrive at this rate. And maybe we're going to have clam chowder on the boat tonight before we go home. Just about done. It's been a great cruise. Well, there's Everett in the background. The end of a great cruise, and still on the run, doing about 6 knots. Nice day. Getting ready to stow the sails, and we're going to pull in and top off the fuel and pump out the tank. All those mundane things. Patty's going to meet me here in a few minutes at the P North dock, where it'll be for a couple of months yet. Then from there, I'm not sure. Semiahmoo, Blaine, Shelter Bay, something like that. So, end of a great cruise. Oh, I have such a hard life.